I've been playing more of 100 Line. Late at night. That's 100 Line Last Defense Academy. I am not familiar with Kodaka's works. I didn't play them Danganronpas, right? Or the Ultra Despair Kids or whatever
Dungeon
the fuck
Grandpa.
that shit was.
Mm-hmm.
So for context, I am at day 11 of 100.
There's a calendar system.
Yeah, it's 100 days.
Okay.
100 line defense means 100 days.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also 100 endings, but that's for later. So maybe this is how it's supposed to go. I feel like the Kodaka-san, the writer, is like in my face telling me I'm stupid and telling me to just yeah, you think this is what the story is? No, stupid. No, it's this, actually. You dumbass. Like, every single time I seem to start to get a handle on the game's structure and what I think the game is going to be, the game goes, no, it's not about that.
Right.
It's actually a totally different game, idiot.
And you know why I think that's probably the case? Because he's been writing games about switching it up and swerving on you for an entire franchise now, right?
Yeah.
When you're M. Night Shyamalan and everyone's like, yes, what's the twist? I get it. You are kind of like known for doing this thing. How do you approach a novel idea with that being your signature and find ways to, I guess, keep people who already know your tricks from still guessing your tricks?
Yeah. He goes to a lot of trouble by adding the Danganronpa mockery character Darumi in there, who is just the fucking Danganronpa jonkler, who is just constantly going off about, wouldn't it be cool if we all just killed each other and had a death game trial for it? And they're being treated as like outrageously unreasonable, and everyone is ignoring them. So like just the most, like some of the most unlikable characters I have ever seen in anything.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actively repugnant, horrible characters. I kind of am starting to love them, though.
Do you get
in their awfulness?
Yes. Do you get to spend time with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Not much, but some.
Okay. Yes, this is correct. You are expressing the correct feelings for a Danganronpa. Horrible characters. Let's go hang out with them next Tuesday.
My character has been forced to play like hardcore classic out of print Eroge, like with this character, and then I got linguistics for it, so that's cool.
Awful.
Just
people.
the stupidest nonsense. But it's just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what the fucking writer wants me to think might be going on either. If that makes any sense. I have nothing. I've been given nothing.
So I think, again, on the basis of Danganronpa and the fact that keeping your expectations blown out of the water, you have to let go of guessing and just sit on for the ride, right? Just let it take you where it's going. Stop trying to figure it out.
It is, I would say it's like actively hostile to any form of media enjoyment other than, I guess I'm along for the ride. It is totally fascinating.
Because there's also like, there's stuff that is like, oh, here's a hint at something that you won't know until you have future context. Which is...
Yeah, but I don't know if that's true or if it's just nonsense.
But
I've encountered a couple of things that could just be nonsense.
But that's what I was about to say, right? That thing that is an indicator of whatever is also right next to a complete red herring. And you're going to be equally invested in both, right? And thinking about both as to the explanation of what's coming. And then suddenly, hours later, you will walk up to the second one and you're like taking it seriously, and then Monokuma, the bear, will have a big dumb fart gag in front of it and be like, bah, blah, blah. And then, like, it was never anything serious to begin with, and you were staring at it getting completely distracted.
Here's an example. Like, the starting point for the game's story is, like, fairly normal. You live in a somewhat normal Tokyo and somewhat normal students, somewhat normal people. But then the mascot character that you see on all the art, who is like the head of the school, is like a 3-foot tall, completely transparent, like jelly bean person with a floating brain.
Sick.
And the fact that he's an outrageous monster freak is never brought up once.
Yep.
Ever.
Would he look cool on a t-shirt? On a mug? Probably.
No.
Nah, you're not thinking hard enough. You're not thinking stylish enough. Absolutely.
It is so hostile to understanding. And I have been totally charmed by it. Absolutely. It
worked.
It's so consistently interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Every day every day my character goes to bed and I go, I have no idea what the next day in this game is going to bring. And the characters' interactions are all strange and kind of tropey, but also like anti themselves. There's a character that is like very obviously like gay for you, and is being I feel like I'm reading like a fucking BL fan fiction here. But like, I'm also convinced that the story will never go that way. And then I finally understand like a tweet I saw earlier from a small Victorian child, which was getting queer baited by Danganronpa is like losing chess to a dog. But the dog has been training his entire life for this, and you've never played chess.
That is fantastic.
And I was like, what an absurd thing to say. And now I'm here and I'm like, oh yeah, actually. Because this is like a fucking sloppy mess. And I couldn't be so stupid as to fall for it. And I'm totally falling for it.
I mean, and the thing is too as well, like the fact that the charm is working is like it must be also like when the fact that you're playing the most recent, and this is probably the best version of the roster, you know, from all the ones going forward. Because again, you did mention like you're like, I don't gel with any of the things going on in the previous ones, and
I don't gel with the Dagnambic Grandpa gang.
And I'm thinking about, you know, when we go through like we talk about like the metaphor cast and how fucking sick they are, and then you're like, you think about how like annoying like some of the P3 characters were, like Junpei and Yukari and whatever, and then you go into 4 and you're like, oh, that's a much better cast, that's cool. And then 5 you're like, oh yo, everyone's really great here. And like you know, there's that like that feeling of like, oh yeah, okay, the charm and the appeal and the cast getting more fun to hang out with over the course of these games is also applying here, where you're getting probably the best version of them, you know. So I am definitely curious, because now that you see what you just described is 100% what all those other characters were about in the previous games as well, with the exception.
It's also
with the exception that like they're all like, there's the ones that are like not horrible people in a particularly obvious way. You know, there's people that are like horrible in very subtle, you'll find out later ways, and then the ones that are normal are just like, yeah, they're gonna be a corpse in like seconds, you know.
There are 2 characters on that roster that are objectively like clearly designed to make you hate them, and they might be like 2 of the there's the pathetic Kamiya Twitter shithead, and then there is the guy who is obsessed with his sister. And these 2 might be like the actual worst characters I have ever seen in anything in my life. Like every time they talk, I am actually just taken by, and shut up. I think I love them. I think I love that they are like they are swinging for the moon on awfulness.
So I think there's a part of this of the approach here as well that is possibly explained by the fact that everyone is also really dumb. Even the smart characters are like smart relative to everyone, but are super stupid in a lot of ways. And there's just like people are like that idiot is a golden retriever of a character, right? Like people behave like single brain celled idiots while
there's
also being
the
called
100 line cast have like 2 people that are like kind of normal. And they are a stark contrast to this cavalcade of fucking freaks. Freaks.
You know, the idea of like at least in Dangan's case, it's like you are the best in the world at a thing, whatever that thing is, and that means you're a super crazy weirdo in so many other ways in order to be the best in the world at this one thing. You know? Yeah, I'm glad that that's working on you because that's what it is.
It's also a pretty good strategy RPG. Like the defense missions they're not super tough. I assume they won't get super tough for a good long while, but they're fun and they have good presentation. And it's nice to have like this will eventually turn into a visual novel with branching paths. It's nice to actually have like an additional like actual game part to it, which is increasing your stats, fighting battles. There's other types of gameplay in there that I had no idea would be there, and had this real feeling of, oh, I'm doing this now. Oh, okay, sure, fuck it, fine, whatever, fine. Very weird game, aggressively strange.
You know how Potato Girl Sasha in Attack on Titan is like a wild ass goofy potato girl in the middle of this horrifying violent nightmare.
That's correct, yes.
And she's hilarious and kind of dumb, but also endearing, and it's just a nightmare. What if the whole cast? What
if literally every single person on the cast was that? What if
an entire game of potato girls in the middle of a massacre, right?
Like there's a guy, what's his fucking name? Is it Gaku? I forget his name. But like he's obsessed with being an asshole. And then when you're like, can you not be an asshole? He's like, you just hate me because I'm poor. You piece of shit. This dude's hating on me because I'm poor. And like, I've never seen this type of character in a game before. And it's wild because he won't stop and he's awful.
Yeah. You know, when they go for the nerdy, crazy yandere type character, it's like, oh yeah, okay, she's doing the it's your fault I'm not popular style, you know, bit, and then you're like, yeah, okay, I know the deal, and then it quickly just gets like, oh god, what is wrong with you? Ew, fucking god, it's so horrible, and then you just kind of like come all the way back around to be like, oh, you and your gross shit, get out of here, you give a little
noogie. This 100-line game is super cool.
Nice.
Only really have a single complaint. And that is that I'm at day 11 of 100, and it feels really, really, really clear to me that this visual novel has no branching paths at all until you beat it once.
Okay.
It is fucking story for a while.
I don't know that I've played there hasn't been any branches in the Danganronpa games. Like you just go through them. There's no.
Well, see, those
are visual novels with solutions to the problems and variability. You know, then that's it. The only things that change are how much you commit to a relationship with a character by hanging out with them based on your free time.
The main thing is that it's also written by Uchikoshi
999,
who's
where
Zero
tons of endings. Yes, yeah.
And his gimmick is that you take pieces of information from one route into another route.
Love that.
But I don't think that is going to be happening here.
Okay.
But yeah, cool game. Very cool. Apparently it's got like 6 million fucking characters of text, which is why it's not going to be localized into a bunch of different languages.
Jesus.
It's like it's ridiculous. And apparently it's doing well, which is good because apparently they're on the verge of bankruptcy.
Oh no.
Apparently they are always on the verge of bankruptcy.
It's voice acted though, right?
No.
Oh.
You know it's voice acted? Maybe 1 out of every 100 lines.
Okay.
And big
important scenes,
money moments.
Important scenes.
Voice acting.
Yeah. Okay. Visual novel text you go through with the barks and the oh no.
Yeah, the barks. I don't like the barks.
that little Chie laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.